Good morning, my name is Dr. Sarah Burnett and I'm going to be your professor this winter for EAR 28, Principles and Practices in the online format. I wanted to send you an email with the syllabus attached in this video to welcome you and to prepare you. We start next Monday, so you will not be able to access Canvas until then, but I think it's helpful for some students to see what my expectations are, know what book you need to get, those kinds of things ahead of time. And that way you can also see the breakdown of the schedule for the next 6 weeks. The class is going to go very quickly. You're going to need to get into the system immediately on Monday. There is work you need to do Monday and Tuesday so that you don't get dropped from the class and to make sure that I know that you have access to the system. So this is a video that's coming from my home office, so this is where I live. You'll see a lot of these types of videos this semester where I'm touching base with you or showing you a concern or sharing some information with you. I try to send a video at least once a week, typically on a Sunday, so that we can touch base about anything that's due on Monday or anything that just came in on Thursday. So make sure that you are checking your Canvas email and announcements on a regular basis, because if I'm going to change something, that is how I will notify you. Okay? So I want to give you a quick tour of my Canvas site, especially for those of you who this might be your first class in Canvas. So when you come into Canvas, this is what it's going to look like, but you may only have this class showing on your screen. So the one you're looking for is EAR 28 30300, and it's the online section for winter. This image should show with the apples, and so you should know that you're in the right class. Once you click it and it opens, your screen is going to look very similar to this. I'll put it into student view for a moment so you can see exactly what it will look like. At the top, you'll have recent announcements that were from my fall class, but that are also pertinent to you this semester. You can see that there's a to-do list on the right-hand side, and you can see that there's something for you to do as soon as you get into the system, and it is due January 7th at 9 a.m. If you don't complete this first assignment, I will drop you from the class. I do have students on my wait list, and so you need to be very clear of what you need to do, and so this to-do over here is very helpful for you. I'm going to come out of here because there are some things that you can't see in the student view that I need to explain. So you'll notice up here that I haven't published the course yet. I will make sure that this is published on the first day of class, which is the 6th. You will not be able to access Canvas before then. First thing to do is to scroll down and read all of the information that you see here. It's the quick, let's get you started, let's make sure that you don't get dropped, let's make sure you know where things are section of Canvas. It's got the full syllabus that you can open and then, if you want to, save to your computer or print. You need to read the entire syllabus. I know that we say this to you all the time, and I go through it piece by piece in the face-to-face first day of class. I don't do that in the online class. You have a responsibility as an online student to take more responsibility for your learning, and there's pluses and minuses to that. The plus is you can do it in your own time with your pajamas on, with your kitten on your lap. The downside is you need to be self-motivated. So I do expect you to read the entire syllabus. I expect you to open the links and see what I've got embedded here for you. Here is the required textbook. We do have these on reserve in the library for you to be able to check out for the entire semester, this particular version. If you have a prior version, that's okay. Just know that you will still need to purchase the online component called REVEL, because that is where a lot of your work will be completed. You want to make sure that you get REVEL for this edition, not for either of these two editions. So this is the 3rd edition. You're going to keep reading. Look at my expectations, realize that you are in an online class, and so having a working computer is extremely important. Overview of assignments that you'll complete this semester, all the way down to the schedule for what you will be doing. And again, I want to draw your attention to these first two right here. That is imperative that you get into Canvas and get those two done so that I can see that you have accessed the system. And then there's your typical information about the course and what you need to do. And again, you can save this, you can print it. Inside of Canvas, you'll find this in a different location, and it is actually an Excel document that you can type into, which I'll show you in a minute. So I'm going to come out of here and go back to Canvas. Other things that you need to realize how to use in Canvas. So anytime you see something that's red, that means that there's a hot link. So that first discussion board that's due by 1/7, you can get to it by clicking here, and it will open for you. You're going to read the information. You're going to watch the video. It should play for you inside of here if you want to. Then you're going to answer these 2 questions. After that, you're going to share a photo of yourself or a place you love to go. Where do you put this information? You click the reply button, and this is where you will then post your answers. You can copy and paste the question if it would help you, and then type your answer underneath. You can then insert a photo of yourself or a place you love using the embed image. You go to Canvas, you can go to My Files, you can upload a file, and then you're going to go to where you store your pictures, and you're going to select an image. I'm going to have to put this into my course files. And then update, and it will embed the picture. So that's how you basically work within the discussion board system. You cannot do anything until you hit reply. You also won't be able to see your fellow students' postings until you post. So in some of the discussion boards, you will be asked to respond to another student, and so this is where you will do all this work. Okay? So let me come out of here. I'm going to go back to the main page. Next thing you're going to want to make sure you do is the online readiness tutorial quiz. The quiz is to help you get acquainted with Canvas. It's to help you learn how to work in the online system. So one of the things you're going to do is open this link and explore the contents. The contents you're going to explore are these interactive tutorials. When you open them, you can either launch a video, look at the script only, or listen to the audio. I would encourage you to launch the multimedia and look at the script. The reason being is that you are going to be taking this quiz. The quiz has questions that are directly related to the information inside of those videos. So, what does CMS stand for? The answer is one of these, and you're going to select one of them. And the answer can be found directly inside one of these interactive tutorials. I will tell you that the questions are not scrambled, and so this question is not in interactive video 5. It's in interactive video 1. So as you are watching the videos or reading the tutorial, the answer should be in the sequence of these. Okay, so that's just a little hint for you. But you're going to make sure you do these. The other place that you're going to find some of the answers is in the module About Me. So let me show you where that is. Inside of the modules, there's a little introduction, all about me. You're going to need to have to open this one in order to answer some of those questions inside of the online tutorial. So let me go back to home. So you can see, first thing to do, discussion board. Second thing to do, online readiness tutorial. Then what you're going to do is finish reading all of this. You're going to open documents like the grade tracker. This is the Excel document that is the schedule that was in the syllabus. I created this for you so that you can actually type your scores directly into it, and it will help you to track how well you are doing in the class. Sorry, everything is a little bit slow today. I'm not quite sure why it's moving so slowly. So if you're not comfortable with Excel, you don't really need to worry. All you need to know is plug a number in and the rest will be done for you. So once this opens, I'll show you what that means. Once it opens, enable it so that you can type into it. Go all the way to the top, There's the grade scale. So it's exactly the same as the syllabus page. Once you've completed your first discussion board and I've graded it, you're then going to input your score. Just type it in and you'll notice that it will work out the percentage for you. So as you keep doing this, you're going to start to see different percents down the side here. If you want at any point to know how well you're doing in the course so far, add these three numbers together and divide by the total number of assignments. So you'll add these together and then divide by 3, and that will give you your running percentage in the class. Save this to your computer, come in here every time you complete an assignment, and that way you'll know exactly where you stand as the course proceeds. I'm going to close this out. We're going to go back into the class, and then here again is the link to the full syllabus. You'll notice that I've got it all over the place. Syllabus. APA formatting is something that you need to be very aware of. We are part of the social behavioral sciences in early childhood, and for any written document that you create to upload for the class, you will need to do it in APA formatting. So I have a small handout for you on APA formatting, and there's actually a module that goes more in depth into this that we'll look at once this document opens. So I'm going to go there while this is opening. So if you come in here and you scroll down, you'll find Welcome to EAR 28 APA Referencing. You need to be able to look at this and read it so that you understand. This is a link to a website that I highly recommend that you use for all your APA formatting questions. Let me see if the Word document is open now. Nope. So if you're not comfortable with this site, you should get comfortable with it. You want to come in here and go to either the Formatting and Style Guide, and it will tell you every single way you could possibly need to know about how to format in APA. One thing that I would caution you about is using this to automatically cite your source. It does not work well. I think it's much better if you try and do it yourself and you learn how to do it, and because otherwise I know it doesn't work well, and so you're going to lose points if you trust this system. The Word document system also has a formatting capability. It also is not perfect, and so I would much rather you trust Al Purdue, do the work to learn how to cite, and then you'll know exactly when things are right or wrong. So this gives you an overview of the things that I would like to see you doing for APA formatting. It's pretty straightforward, and I'll give you more information on this as we get further into the semester. Let me come back here. I'm going to come out of here and go back. So you'll see that I'm moving through a module, and I'm using this next button to keep moving through. This is what you're going to need to do in order to complete the modules. So let me just take you back to the syllabus, and then I'll explain that a little bit more. So once you've read all this, you've done your first discussion board, you've done your online tutorial, you've opened all of these, saved your grade tracker tool, saved your syllabus. You can then look at all the APA formatting information. You need to look at all of these documents so you know what they are, because at some point during the semester I'm going to ask you to use them, and that way you'll know where they are. Then you're going to get into understanding what a module is. Before we go there, I want to draw your attention to these signs right here. Where it says complete all items, it means you must open this. You must enter here. Every single one of these must be opened before you can go on to the next one. So you've got to open this, you've got to open this before you can get to this one. You cannot get to here without having opened all of the ones above. Why am I doing this? Because what I've discovered is students who open things and read things in the online format do better. Students who don't, they want to get straight down to the work, which is all the way down here, don't do as well, because there's something up in here that they don't understand. So just be very mindful that you've got a lot of work to do before you can even get started in the major work inside of the class. So you're going to open this, and that's why I'm showing this to you in my view, because if I was in your view right now, I wouldn't be able to open it. So you're going to start reading. It's then going to take you to the online component. Our online component is called REVEL. It's part of Pearson, and I have embedded work for you inside of here. This explains how you're going to get registered. There's a video for you to watch. There's also some screenshots that I took for you to see what it should look like once you actually enter REVEL. Once you get into REVEL, you will be doing work inside of it. Here's another overview video for you. Here's a getting started guide if you struggle. I'll just wait for this to open. You can open it as a PDF, or it will open up in here for you to read directly inside the screen. There it is. And this comes directly from Pearson. So if you're confused or you're not quite sure what to do, this is your best place to go if you're struggling. Notice that you can get temporary access for 14 days if you're waiting for financial aid to come in. Use that. Don't wait, because if you wait for financial aid or for the ability to purchase the online, you'll have already missed a lot of work. So take them up on their offer. Use the 14-day temporary access. Later, they'll let you know that your access is expired, and then you can purchase access with a credit card. Like I already said, we have the textbook on reserve in the library for free for you, and so you might as well get as much as you can from the course for free. From here, you're then going to start the work inside of REVEL and the work for the entire semester. So if I come back to modules, I want to show you where we are so you get a sense of the navigation system. So this is what I just opened, all of these elements about REVEL. Then it goes into the first chapters of work, which are chapter 1 and chapter 2, which is all about early childhood and our theories. In each of the modules from this point on, you're going to have PowerPoints and YouTube clips. You're going to have REVEL work, and you might have a discussion board or other assignments. So what you'll do, first you'll open this, open my full PowerPoint. At the same time, you can also get the video started so that you have the full
Welcome everybody. This is ER 28 and this is your first chapter, PowerPoint. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this a little bit with some conversation with you. Most of this information is pretty straightforward and you're going to be doing the work in REVEL, but I always try to kind of tap into each chapter to let you know.
And the PowerPoint going there, and watch and listen at the same time. If you just want to watch the video, you're more than welcome.
Where I see some of the key issues that we're going to focus on as we go into the semester. So I'm just going to start going through the PowerPoint. I'm not going to cover everything because that's going to take a long time. And so I'm just going to stop on certain slides
to do that. So what you'll see is I'm going to keep going through the video. I'm going to talk. You can turn the closed captions on so you can read and watch and listen at the same time. And then if you want to widescreen it, you can. If you want to print the PowerPoint, I think you can. And then if you want to take notes onto it, you can as well. Okay, so I made these because a lot of students who don't have the face-to-face class really miss out on the conversation with the faculty member. So these are for you. I've made it so that they have to be opened so that you are going to enjoy them in helping you to understand the rest of the material. Once you finish this page, you'll click Next. You'll then get an overview of the work you're going to do in REVEL. Please make sure you read this information at the top. Please make sure that you notice where the points can be earned inside of the REVEL chapter. There are not points for every single thing you do inside of REVEL. Most of this is reading, to be honest with you. And why am I assigning it rather than trusting you to read? I think you can answer that question for yourselves, right? We are at a place where students do not read our textbooks, and we use these textbooks for a reason. And so, unfortunately, I'm now at a point where I have to require you to read them, and the only way to get you to do that is to assign points to the reading. So, you'll notice that there are different points in different sections. My advice for those of you who want to make sure you know exactly what you're doing is to copy and paste this into a Word document and print it so you can keep track of the points that you're earning in all of these sections. Once you are registered in REVEL, you will then be able to go in and do this work. Let me show you what REVEL looks like. REVEL's kind of cool because it gives you a chance to read the textbook in an online format. You can also have your regular textbook open in front of you. So this is what it will look like. It will then take you into the system. and it will take you to the work that is due that day. So you can see that this first one is due January 9th, and it is going to cover chapters 1 and 2. So you can see where those points are as well. Now, what's to stop you from clicking straight on here and answering the questions? Well, I would say a lack of information. You won't have done any reading. You won't know the answers to the question. And so I'm not sure that it's a really smart choice. And look at that. I'm not sure that it will let you. So let me come back down here. I can come into here, but if I don't read this, and I don't read what's in here, and I try to go straight to the points, I'm not going to have the information I need. So when you open this, it's going to take you to a page where you do need to do some reading. Now, you can just do this if you want. You could just click all the way through and get to the questions. But how on earth would you know the answer to this question from doing that? So the whole purpose of this is for you to actually read, to gain the information, to then apply the information. It's kind of a cool system because each question is worth 3 points. You should be able to find the answer to this. You can have your regular textbook open in front of you to help you with this. If you guess incorrectly the first time, you have 2 more attempts. The second time, the question is only worth 2 points. On your next attempt, the question is only worth 1 point. So you get multiple chances to get the question right. It's just that the point value is going to go down every single time. Same thing is going to happen. So here are the other questions, 4 and 5. So that's how you navigate through the system. From there, you are then going to go into section 1.3. Okay, same thing. Scroll down and read. Scroll down and read. Notice I'm not just skipping the pages this time because I've suddenly realized there's stuff I don't know, and there are questions that are a little bit more difficult than I anticipated, and so I think I better do some reading. You're also going to come across things like this. These do not have any points associated with them. This is to help you. It's kind of like a journal opportunity. I won't be reading these. I won't be reviewing them, and as I said, there are no points. So you do not have to fill these in if you don't want to, but for those of you who like to kind of have your thought processes through typed formatting, you're more than welcome to engage in these text boxes where you can just type in. So that's kind of an overview of what Pearson is going to look like. The system is going to be pretty much the same all the way through. Sometimes there'll be a video for you to watch. You could highlight this and then watch the video. Sometimes it's going to have charts in it. There's another video here, so let me show you what you can do. You can just copy it and paste it, and then you can watch it. So these are kind of cool because you get to actually see children in action. They're closed captioned, and it's a really good opportunity for you to take what you're learning and see it in real life. You're going to keep going. You're going to have all kinds of opportunities to read. Same thing. And yes, I am scrolling to show you. Then again, there are those text boxes. Now you can choose to skip over them, or you can try and fill in the blanks to help you see how much you've learned. You can keep going and going and going until you get more text boxes. Just ignore these if you want to, or you can get to the quiz at the end. Those text boxes are helpful when it comes to demonstrating your knowledge at the end because it's made you think about the information. It's maybe even had you type some of these abbreviations out. And so I would encourage you to do them. I think that it just adds to the ability for you to understand the material. So I'm going to come out of here and go back into Canvas. So that was chapter 1 and chapter 2. You will have completed the REVEL activities, then come back into the modules and make sure that you open up the discussion board format because you have one more assignment due for chapter 1 and 2. Read this, and then you're going to go into your next discussion board. You can see that I've arranged you into groups. You will be in one of these, and I can show you which one you're in, but yours will just pull up, and so you'll know. Another video for you to watch, closed captioned. You're then going to answer these questions, and you have to respond to another student. You start your whole discussion board response by clicking reply, and then, as I said, you can copy and paste the questions. I would encourage you to do that to make sure that you are fully answering all of the questions. For example, in this one, you have to address all 3 entities identified here. If you don't copy it down, you may miss one of them. Let me think, where do I want to go next? So once you've done your discussion board, you're then going to wait for other students to post. And then when you see someone who has an answer that's similar to yours, you're going to give them advice on how to cope or respond to any negative comments. So your responsibility isn't over once you've answered these 2 questions. You have a third responsibility, which is to respond to another student. Now, I want to show you the rubric. Every single assignment has a grading rubric. You can open it by clicking on these 3 dots. You can see how I'm going to give you points for your answers and for what you're saying to other students. So pay attention to these, because I get emails all the time asking me why people earned their points the way that they did, and they don't know about the rubric. So hopefully you watch this video so you now do know about the rubric, so you can do the best that you can inside of this system. Notice that there's also a way to attach files if you'd like to. So if you want to type this as a Word document and upload it, you can. There's no reason, because this field serves as a Word document. You can also embed photographs, videos, links to different websites, and this makes your responses much more powerful. One other place I want to show you inside of the modules are some of the assignments. So you can see in Chapter 1 you have a discussion board. In Chapter 3 you have a discussion board. Chapter 5 you just have REVEL work, and Chapter 6. Chapter 7 you just have REVEL work. Chapter 4. Chapter 9, the same thing. But then you have an assignment that's called Quote to Beat All Quotes assignment. This is why having your syllabus, having the page with the schedule on it is helpful, because you realize that this is an actual assignment rather than work in REVEL. So you'll open this. You will then read what the assignment is. You'll then complete your work in a Word file, and then you'll upload it into the system. When you look at this, you'll be able to see an upload link, and so you can then upload your assignment. You can also see that there will be a grading rubric attached to this. I haven't created it yet. This is a brand new assignment that I'll be creating the rubric for. This assignment is all about APA formatting and spotting theory, which is going to help you when you get to one of your last assignments. So that's how the assignments will pull up. They'll be in their own little section. Let me get to another one for you. Here's the observation assignment. When you open this, you'll then be able to open a Word document that will explain the entire assignment. It'll also have the grading rubric embedded. You can use this Word document to create a formatted template for yourself, because it's copyable. And then here's the grading rubric at the back. There's a video explaining how to do the assignment. It's also closed captioned. It can also be widescreened. As you can see, I'm in my home office and I'm explaining the assignment. I don't know why it's blurry, but there we are. So you can see the video keeps going, and I'm showing you how to do certain things. Okay? So take advantage of these videos. They're intended to assist you. You also have documents that you need as a part of the observation. This is just a copy of the actual assignment overview. It's just in a weird format because it's embedded. And here is the grading rubric that I will be using. So that's another one of the assignments. Let me just show you the last ones. So we've got the theories, we've got the observation, we've then got work in REVEL, work in REVEL, work in REVEL, work in REVEL with a discussion board, REVEL work, and then you get into the last of the major assignments. The first one has 3 parts to it, and it's all about learning how to do theme webbing, curriculum design, and tying it to assessment. And then the last one is your teaching philosophy. So that's just kind of an overview, so you get a sense of the whole system and how to use it. I will keep the homepage set like this until we get further into the semester, and then I'll switch it to probably the modules link or to the announcements link. When I send you an announcement, it will come into your system as an announcement. You can see I've got some in here already. I hope you come in and read these, because they are intended to help you with a lot of the information inside of the system. I have an inbox, which is my email system, and so I will be emailing students during the semester so that I can communicate with you individually, and you can do the same thing to me as well. I think that's about it for now. I'll come out of here. I hope that didn't overwhelm you. I hope it put you at rest a little bit, some peace of mind of knowing where you're going. So the very first thing to do is see if you can get on campus, see if the library's open this week, see if you can get the textbook, work out how you're going to purchase REVEL, if you're going to take the 14 days free, or if you have the ability to use a card right now. If you know that you can go and purchase the textbook from the bookstore, because you get financial aid to support you with that, it will be in the bookstore, and it will have the REVEL code embedded inside of it. Excuse me. And so you'll be ready to go on the first day. So we start on the 6th. The system should be up and running, ready for you to start at 6 a.m. If this is your first class in Canvas, you need to get onto the Norco website and make sure that you've done what you need to do to be able to access the system. Okay, I think that's it for now. This is a very long video, but welcome. See you soon.